Very good morning to one and all. It's been a very long time since we have met. I hope you're all doing good and in and around our surroundings, everything is settling down. So we all will be alright and we'll be back to our normal life soon. So we have seen so many poems and so many lessons in the previous classes. This is going to be completely different one which you all will enjoy for sure. Okay. So what's special about this particular thing? Yeah, this is about a poem which we all do in our day-to-day life, especially to our parents, not to our friends, not to our relatives, to anyone around us. We all will definitely did this in our lifetime. So before entering into the poem, as we generally see, let's see a very short description about the author. He is nothing but DJ Enright. DJ Enright is a very famous author who is very much known for his children book. So children books he is very much peculiar, and he started writing in a very engaged, and he won many awards too. But he is an UK poet. Okay, so he was born on 11th March 1920 in UK, that is United Kingdom. And he died on December 31st, 2002. Yeah, very recently, before 18 years back. And as I told you, he wrote n number of poems and essays. He is a poetry. He wrote many fictions and he wrote essays. He wrote many children's books and novels. So his books are very much famous for his different way of writing style. That's the main thing we wanted to be noted on behalf of the poet. Apart from that, there is nothing much in this poem. As I told you, we all will enjoy this poem. Yeah, I forget to tell you the poem name. The poem name is The Rebel. The name itself sounds so different, right? Yeah, that's what we are going to see in the upcoming events. Let's look into the poetic lines first. Okay, as I told you, this you all will enjoy, right? So you might be wondering what's special about the poem. What is it? Yeah, it's nothing but the rebel sounds very strange, as I told you. It is nothing but a rebel is a one who always thinks differently, nor who always does things in a very different way or in a weird manner, we can say. For example, I'll tell you a few instances that you might be doing at your home with your parents. So when a parent or when your mother asks you not to go anywhere, you wanted to go anywhere. You wanted to go somewhere, you wanted to go with your friends. That is one example. Then if your mother asks you not to eat sweets, then there you will go have more sweets. So in that manner, we all will do everything which is just opposite to what others say, right? This poem is also the same, where a boy does everything in a very different way. That's why he has been called rebel. Rebel is nothing but, we have so many meanings for rebel, but generally if you take rebel, that is nothing but the one who does things in a very different way is called a rebel. So we have 4 to 5 stanzas in the poem. Before going or entering into the poem, we must know a few hard words that comes in our way. But before that, yeah, you all will be knowing that we all will be doing things in a very different way, as we'll not listen to our parents' words. We will not like our parents' words because they restrict us in doing something in a very disciplined way. They want us to get up at 6 o'clock, but we differently wake up at 8 o'clock. They'll ask us to do, not to do something, we'll do that. But when they ask something to do, we'll not do that. So this is what a contradicting thing that revolves all around the poem. So let's get into the poem. As I told you, we have few hard words here. Rebel, as I told you, rebel, the one who revolves, who does things in a very different way. Second, disturbance. Disturbance is nothing but disquiet, not being quiet and making some noisy. We all will do in our classrooms, right? In that way. Then sober. Sober is nothing but very simple or very neat manner, not very rubbish, but it is a very neat manner, but he looks very simple. So fantastic is nothing but charming, the one who looks awesome in his the way he dresses or the way she dresses, the way she behaves, will tell the person representing, wow, you are fantastic. It doesn't mean that they are only good by their appearance, outward appearance also. They are good by their inward appearance also. So I have few words to remember throughout the poem, so that using the keywords you can remember the entire poem. That's what I'm going to give you. I'm not going to give you the poetic lines. Using the words you can remember the stanzas and poetic lines in a logical sequence order. Let's see that now, okay? Yeah. As I told you, let's get into the poem. I have few hints to be remembered, right? You can just tell me in the next video when I ask you, you can just tell me what are the kiddos thing, that is, what are the kids things that you did at your home when your parents say something. We generally do so many things, will not be remembering. Even when I wanted to tell you a few examples, I don't remember what are the things that I did particularly. So you can tell me, or you can share your experience. What are the things that you did at your home very naughtily during your childhood time? So we can get into the poem first. So these are the keywords that are expressing or very catchy throughout the poem. If you remember these 7 categories, it will be very easy for you to remember the poem, entire poem easily. So these are the opposites. The author particularly, he wants the child to understand the poem in a very clear way, so he just used very simple language throughout the poem, which makes everyone eager to read the poem. So he used many opposite words and many contradicting words or very catchy words, which expresses his own feelings to the readers. So I'll just read out the words, just look into the opposites or antonyms. Short, long. Then shout and calm. Fantastic, sober. Cat, dog. Sun, rain. Out, in. Yes, no. So whenever I say yes, no, you all will be remembering a poem, right? A very small childhood rhyme. Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa. Eating sugar? No, Papa. Telling lies, yes, Papa. Telling lies, yes, Papa. No, Papa. Telling lies, no, Papa. Open your mouth, ha, ha, ha. So, as or no, whenever you see the word no, you all will be wondering about this one particular poem, which still remembers us the childhood feeling and which gives us the entire feeling of childhood. So, okay, let's get into the poem now. So, throughout the poem, he just describes about how a particular man is doing very things in a very different way. That is what a rebel. The rebel is the one who does things in differently. That's what it meant. So here are the words that you want to remember. So first 4 words, and these 3 I have written in a very colorful way, because these 2 represents the first and second stanza, and the last 3 represents the last 2 stanza. So there are 4 stanzas. So first let's look into the first 2 stanzas. In the first 2 stanzas, he represents these 2 words, short and long, shout and calm. So short and long represents what? Here, the rebel, the boy who is in the class, wants to have a very long hair when everybody wants to have small hair. When small hair is very fashion over there, he wants to have a very long silky hair in his face. That's what the first thing portrayed. That is, whenever someone wants a very long hair, he wants to have short hair. When everyone wants to have short hair, he wants to have long hair. This is the first opposite thing that the boy does. Then shout and calm. When everybody in the class stays very quietly, he wants to shout. He wants to go near somebody and wants to make some disturbance over there. That's what I have written in this hard words, disturbance. He wants to make some disturbance to the nearby student. And when everyone are doing shouting, playing, this everyone are doing, he wants to keep his mouth shut. These are the 2 examples portrayed in the first stanza. As I told you first, when everyone wants a long hair, he'll keep the short hair. When short hair is fashion, he'll keep the long hair. When everyone shouts in the class, he'll keep quiet. And when everyone stays very quietly, he will shout like anything. This is the first stanza. Next, second stanza. Fantastic, sober. Here I have mentioned as uniform. You might be knowing what is that uniform. So whenever comes in uniform, he'll not be wearing uniform. He'll come in colored dress only. But when everyone comes in a neatly dressed, fantastic manner, he'll come in a sober way. Sober, as I told you already, very simple way. It's not look. The look will be general only, but how it seems to be like very simple. But everyone seems to be fantastically dressed. Next, when everyone wants when everyone around him wants cat. Everyone are cat lover. Oh, I want cat. This kitten, cat, that. But he will alone tell, no, I love dogs. It quietly, it's strange, right? So that's what our second stanza is portrayed. First, when everyone are dressed in uniform, he'll not wear uniform, he'll wear color dress. When everyone are fantastically dressed, he'll be very simple, very simply dressed in a very neat way. And when everyone loves cat, he loves dog. So these are the first and second stanzas portrayed. Followed by this, we have the last three one, sun and rain. When everyone wants sun and when everyone says, wow, it's sunny, wow, the fantastic climate it is, he'll tell, oh my god, I want rain now. And he wants to enjoy the rain now. So this contradiction here. Then when everyone wants to go out and play and or do something or to want to meet some friends over there, he wants to stay in a particular room and he'll study over there. It's very strange, right? Yeah, he does think so. So when everyone wants to go out, he'll stay in. And when everyone says yes or no, this I told you. When everyone says that, okay, let's read at home. Okay, come, let's read. He'll tell, no, I wanted to go out. I wanted to enjoy. He'll shout and he'll run away. So what the poet described in the full, that we can see later. So I'll just give a very short recap. Sun and rain. When everyone wants sunshine and loves sunshine, he wanted to play in the rain. And when everyone wanted to go out, he wants to stay in a particular place. And when everyone says yes to reading, he'll say no to reading. Let's see what the final conclusion given by the poet. Okay, as we have seen the very opposite way of doing things by a particular person called rebel, the poet finally says, when everyone says, okay, yes, please, you can do whatever you want, he says, no, that's fine, I'll stay away. When everyone says, just stay away, no, you don't do things, yeah, yes, please, I'll do that, he'll tell so in a very contradicting way. What the poet finally concludes is, he wants a rebel for the society. But even though it sounds negative, sometimes it makes person to irritate. That is, it makes the other person to irritate. Even to our parents, when you say a particular thing, like when you say against them or when you speak against them, and whenever you do some things opposite to what they tell, it sounds strange for them. But what the poet concludes is, sometimes everyone needs a rebel, because the rebel are the one who stood by themselves, who stands by themselves, and they'll raise question against everything. Not only against everything, when every people go silently seeing a mistake also, there will be a particular rebel who will question the person on the other side. That's what the poet concludes by saying, that it's good to have a rebel, but our society will not accept it, but it's better to have at least one rebel for a particular society, so that people will be aware of what is happening and people will have some fear of what will happen in the next, and there is a person to question us. So these are the things. Let's see the theme finally. Before that, we can see the style of the poet, form of the poet, and the tone of the poet and the poem. So first, style, if you take, the style is very casual and informal. So it's not a formal way of telling. He has just expressed his views in a very informal way. That is, in a very casual way. He used a very simple style of writing, not a very complicated one. Followed by that, the form. How is the form what? He wrote 15 couplets in this. Each one sounds very opposite. That is, the poem, as I told you, the poem has 4 stanzas. In that, he has written 15 couplets. That is, couple we know 2. So 15 couplets is sounds 30 lines around. He has written the poem in a very simple way, which sounds opposite. Each couplet sounds very opposite to something. As I told you, when he wants a long hair, he wants a short hair. When everyone says short hair, he says a long hair. So everyone sounds very contradicting, right? So that's what he has expressed in his form of writing. Then the last one is, how was the tone of the poet? How he has expressed? He has expressed in a very serious way, critical way, or what? He has expressed in a very non-critical way, that is in a humorous way. Everything. The hair might be, it sounds strange for everyone, because when everyone are in the class, we also want to. That's what a very famous proverb says, be a Roman while you are in Rome. That seems that when Urudan Uttuvar அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So that sounds very strange to us. Whenever you are in a particular place, adopt to that one particular situation and be in that one person. Don't stay strange like a different one. That's what the proverb expresses. Be a Roman when you're around. Whenever you are in a particular place, everyone seems very strange seeing a chameleon. We all will say, when a pachondia, we'll all will scold someone using that one particular word. But just imagine the chameleon's character, what it portrayed. It will adapt to any kind of circumstances. That is, whenever it is in a green tree, it changes its green. But there is a very good reasons behind it. But we all generally knows that it changes color according to the circumstance, right? So that's what the poet says. Every people in and around the world are very much worried about their own particular decisions. So no one are ready to question somebody, or no one are ready to behave in a very straight. That is odd man out we generally represent. So no one are ready to do such things. But it's better to have one particular rebel for our society. Why? Because at least we need someone to question against the wrong things that happening around us. We are not ready to face the circumstances. So I want everyone not to become a rebel, as the person said. No need to stay strange in all circumstances. But at least to some extent, whenever you see some issues or whenever you see a problem in and around you, you can stay as a rebel over there and you can question us. It's not necessary to stay quiet in a particular place and accept all the things that comes on our way. It's better to stay awake when some issues happen in and around us, and it's better to ask question whenever we have a doubt. That's what the poet wants to tell to the society. It's not that we want to react to all kind of circumstances that come in our way. It's better to raise question whenever we face something in and around us. That's what the poet wants to tell us. So I have given here as good or bad. You can just give your own commands as saying that it's better to have a good rebel. It's better to have rebel. It is good or bad. Just give me that one particular thing. My opinion is it's better to have a rebel. Not for asking questions in all kind of circumstances, but at least to raise question against injustice happening to us or happening to our society. So you can tell your own comments, and if you have any doubts you can ask me. Just remember the key points that I gave you, and you can connect the words and you can link. There is nothing much figures of speech in the poem, so I have not told you. Just we have only style, form and tone of writing that I have expressed here. Just read the poetic lines thoroughly. Have the key points in your mind so that you can frame lines on your own whenever you write a paragraph or annotation in your questions. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me in the next class. See you.